Ugh, this must be where that nurse has been dumping the surplus of corpses. I need to take a closer look at each one to find the right fellow. Earth is that stinking body? You think I'll be able to find him among the dead here?
You watch a particularly bloated fly land on a rotting hand, poking out of the muck. Its disgusting proboscis probes at the withered flesh. Two globular red eyes slowly unglue themselves and swivel to boggle at the insect. A huge slime-covered tongue lashes out and pulls the hapless fly into a gaping, toothless maw, along with the most of the sunken corpse.
Well, I suppose that explains where my misplaced man went.
Frog King, much larger than conventional witchy familiar.
Frog. Can it be? Has a lovely young morsel wandered its way into my palace?
You call this filthy bog a palace?
He throws his head back, shaking the swamp with burbling laughter. Smaller frogs and newts scurry out of the way to avoid being crushed by his enormous bulk.
Ha ha ha! Wouldn't you? This place is veritable bounty of insects, and my subjects have such healthy appetites, so they will all grow big and strong. And I'll eat you too, but that head of yours looks much too hard. I prefer my food, burp, to be nice and tender.
Look, you wouldn't perchance have seen an old man pass through here, have you? About yay high, full beard, deadish.
The frog taps his fingers against the log, grinning an impossibly large grin.
Oh yes, I do believe I've seen the chap. He had such a delectable aroma, and fall off the bony ribs. But I'm sorry to say that once something goes down the hatch, it never sees the light of day again.
We'll see about that. I'm sure I can come up with some just desserts for you.
The frog rolls his eyes around and around, as if daring you to try something. A witch, of course, always has something she can try, which I still haven't got. Guess I have to go into the forest. goblin snot.
How am I supposed to get that?
Well, at least I got the snot. You wrap a juicy-looking grub around the medicinal tablets and offer it up to the Frog King.
Your Majesty, I really must find the whereabouts of that gentleman. Perhaps this small tribute will persuade you to loosen your tongue.
The frog gulps down the tantalizing meal without a thought.
Ah, a delectable gift. Thank you, my pretty. Now, I already told you where.
His nostrils flare for a moment. Then he sneezes, sending specks of wet mucus flying. The frog's throat suddenly expands, filling with gas. The belch that erupts from its lips resonates so loudly that the entire swamp ceases its buzzing. You avert your eyes, but the noise and smell of the frog's explosive eruption almost knock you off your feet.
Great Galinda's ghost, what a stench! Ugh.
The frog wobbles on its legs, looking thoroughly emptied. He teeters before rolling his huge body back into the swamp with a thunderous splash. You spot the slippery body of the husband floating in the bog water. Luckily, he seems to be missing some bits and pieces, so he should fold up quite nicely. With some snapping and squeezing, you manage to get him down to a transportable size. The circle of power is ready and waiting for its necromantic purpose. Place the husband's body in the center. With considerable effort, you unfold the husband's decaying body from your satchel and slap it down into the middle of the circle. Invisible shackles wrap around the corpse's limbs and pull its spread eagle against the ground. Strange mist rises from the obelisk, casting everything in a sickening green light. Slowly but surely, the corpse begins to levitate off the ground. It rotates to face each obelisk one by one.
Oh, get on with it. I haven't got all day.
You give the rotting head a good kick as it passes by you. Zombie husband. With a gasp of stale air, the body drops to the ground. Suddenly, it bolts upright.
Well, hello there. You cause me a lot of trouble, you know that?
The reanimated corpse claws at his throat.
Oh, sorry. Well, wait a moment.
Near your feet, you see a disembodied tongue flopping about on the ground like a worm. You scoop it up and quickly toss it into the man's gaping mouth. Though he moves his jaw, his lurching voice seems to emanate from someplace beyond.
Murderer!
What? I am not. You were quite dead when I found you.
No! Leech murdered me!
He clutches at his hollow chest, as if trying to feel his heart beating.
Gave me plague! Drain my blood! Leech murdered others!
He swings a limp arm towards the body-filled bog.
I knew there was some awful stink about that sick house. What sort of doctor infects her own patients?
Check her office. Fine proof.
Don't you worry. I'll make sure that Parasite gets what's coming to her. But you should head back home. Your wife is worried half to death about you.
He turns and looks longingly over his shoulder. You can hear his vertebrae popping.
Yes, I late.
As he shambles into the choking mist, he gives you a crooked nod of thanks. Oh, okay, I think I have gone on long enough. So I'm going to end it off here. So to those watching now and who watches later, thank you for joining me. I hope you have a good day, evening, or night. Take care. Bye.